Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thank you so much for joining me. So I'm here to do a Mass Make Monday, and the idea is pretty simple. We are going to stamp and stencil different bases with which to make various ephemera. So today the idea is really just to stamp and stencil. So this is an example. This was just a tea-dyed tag which has some green and brown stamping around the edges. It's got some stenciling in the middle, and then I've just kind of decorated it up. So yeah, very very green, but you know, that's just an example. So I'll show you what I've got. I've got things like this. So these were tea dyed, and then I stamped them, like splodged them into some leftover gold paint. I've got this tea dyed card, various index cards, which I don't think I need all of those, but you know, I just grabbed a load of tea dyed things basically. Some time cards. I've got a kitchen check that I've just added onto some packaging at some point. Some craft card, which could become journal cards. Cream bases. Belly band shape. I don't know shape. Large tag, large journal card. And then I've got a bunch of envelopes. So again, I've kind of gone with craft brown. That's the bottom of an envelope. So I've got a few things there, and then I've got some papers because we might be able to stamp some of those, some packaging for you know, pages. And then these, so I did these in Roxy's weekly challenge, and then they never got used, they never got decorated. But then I noticed that they were brown on the back, so I thought I would just use these in my upcoming projects. So that's the plan today. So I hope you get something out of watching me do this. I hope it, you know, gives you some company whilst you get yours out maybe. So let me just put those over there, because I'll go, you know, a bit at a time. So what have I got? I have got some leaves, trees, scripty type stamping, and some like you know, ticket type stamping, and then some flowers and mushrooms and different things like that. I've got all my stencils out. I've got the Tim Holtz stamps that I've recently purchased. I treated myself with my Buy Me a Coffee and Patreon money, so thank you very much to those of you who made that happen for me. And then I also at the same time treated myself to a bunch of inks. So I've got all kinds of different colours. I've got some like golds and silvers and coppers, some autumnal colours. I've got some Stays On in brown. I've got some green. And then I've got more green and blue that I already had. So that's what we're going to do. And of course I've got my walnut stain and vintage photo for, well, yeah, doing some of the stenciling maybe. And then of course I'm doing it in this book, which, you know, I don't really, you know, I'm not going to read it again. So this is my glue book as well. So what I'm thinking is stuff like this, I could then maybe take that sheet and, you know, use that in something because it looks kind of cool. So yeah, killing two birds with one stone, I suppose. So I don't really know where to start. I'm going to start with these, and because they're gold, I'm thinking I might try some of these autumnal colours. So my thoughts were, I just want to get a load of stuff prepared, ready for my upcoming projects. So, you know, I'm thinking like woodlands and autumn and winter's coming up, all those sorts of colours. So that's quite a red, shock red. So let's just go for it. So I'm just going to be quite random because it is just a background, and I'm stamping it into the book because I don't want it to be, you know, super bright in the background. So this one is Morocco. So I've got these, they're Memento Dewdrop. I've had these on my list for a long time, and I finally thought, you know what, I'm going to treat myself and do this kind of activity, because I never really used stamps, and I think the reason was because I didn't have a huge amount of colours to choose from. So I thought, I'm going to change that. So I'm going to start with these like maple leaf kinds of things, and then, oops, and then I'll go in with another colour and probably a different leaf. But as you can see, I'm being quite no random about it. Not this one already had the gold, so I don't think it wants any kind of stenciling. But you know, I thought this would be an interesting thing to do, and it's a good mass make because it's something that you can do, you know, without much thought as to what you're doing. You're just stamping willy-nilly, as I like to say. So then what should I use next? Let's go in with this little one. And so that was the Morocco. I think I want to try Peanut Brittle for the next one. Whoops, daisy, I'm going to get it all over myself. Gosh, good job this is the only thing I planned on doing today. And then, yeah, come in with that. And as I said, they're just spaces, making our own patterns, you know. And then obviously, you know, I could come in with other things later if I want to. Get there. Yeah, wants an ink around, but I think that's a really cool background. I like that. So I'm thinking to do them, well, essentially I just thought, what projects have I got coming up? That's what I was thinking. So yeah, autumn is on its way. I know I shouldn't be wishing away the summer, but you know, I kind of am, sorry. Yeah, I sort of, I've got that in my head. Yeah, autumn's coming up, and then what else is coming up? My woodland type projects, winter, you know, all those sorts of things. So I thought this would be a good mass make to prepare me for the next few months, really. So I don't know how much of an interesting video it will be. So I'm just going to find somewhere to keep these just to let them dry, because the dewdrop inks are quite juicy, especially as they're new. Okay, so what should we do next? Let's go with this card. So let's go for something different. So this is tea dyed, so it could be really anything. I want to use the Scripty for this one, and I might try some stenciling. I'm trying to refrain from using leaves every single time, so I'm going to use pine cones because I'm thinking this is a nice colour for winter woods that I'll have coming up, so let's think about that. So a pine cone would be brown. So let's go with saddle brown, I think. Try not to get this all over myself. So this is Stays On Saddle Brown. Let's try that, just give it a test. Oh yes, that's a lovely colour. So let's do some pine cones. So yeah, I just wanted an easy thing because in a couple of days I'm going to be going away on holiday, so I thought this would be, you know, a fun little thing to do, and it'll be really useful to have all this sort of stuff. So it's one of those things, as I don't know how long to film for, because as I said, I don't know how thrilling this will be to watch, but I'm hoping that it might just give a few people some ideas of things they can do. So I was just trying to figure out what would I use this for, you know, what would I do with it? Would I, you know, stick it down onto the page? So would I want to stamp the back? Would I turn it into a little notebook? I'm not sure. So I'll just stamp the front and then, well, yeah, because I think I'd probably stick it down, I guess. I don't really know. Whoopsie-daisy. Okay, so that. And then let's try this Scripty stencil. This is just stamp, sorry, this is just a cheapy one. I'm thinking I'm going to use the Cosmic Copper. This is a dewdrop. Now this comes out quite red, so So I'm going to stamp it off there and then just come in places. As I said, they're just backgrounds. You know, we can add papers to them, we can cover things up, we can do other things with them later. But I just thought this might be a bit different, and it's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. You know, this kind of activity, but I never really had enough colours or anything, so yeah, liking how this is looking. It's fun. So that's that, and then I'm thinking to go over it with the stenciling. So let's try, I've got this nice, it's almost like a damask type one. And I want a brush. So I'm going to use Vintage Photo. So my Vintage Photo is quite old, so it will be subtle. I'm just going to come on. I probably should have done the stenciling first, thinking about it, but no worries. As I said, it's only a bit of light over the top. That's that. Yeah. It's kind of fun, isn't it? And then yeah, it could be like a notebook, or it could be just a journal card, so which obviously I would put sort of animals on it or something. Yeah, I don't really know. Okay, right, what should we do next? I really want to do these time cards, and I'm going to be a little bit boring, and I think I'm going to go back to the leaves, because yeah, I do quite like the leaves as a background, I think. So let's at least change it up a little bit and try some different leaves. So I'll try those two, and I would like to do stenciling again. So let's try something else. I've got this number stencil that I got recently, so I thought this would be a bit interesting. So again, I'm going to use the Vintage Photo just to keep it subtle. I'm just going to do this in places. As per usual, I have not got enough space on my desk really for doing this kind of activity. But so yeah, oh, it's going to be a bit of a messy video, but a fun one, I think. So I really want to use this gold. This is kind of why I bought this pack, was for the gold, and it was cheaper to buy all four as like a, you know, for what price they come out as. It was cheaper to do it that way than you know, buy them individually. So let's now this is very juicy, but I love it because it's, and it gives you a little bit of a, you know, so yeah, definitely going to use this one. Whoops a daisy. Sorry about that, it's just the post lady. So I've just finished off the gold, and then I've swapped leaves, and now I'm using Toffee Crunch. Yeah, I was laughing to my husband, saying to myself, how cool would it be to have the job of naming these things? Wouldn't it? Like Toffee Crunch, Peanut Brittle, like, oh, the names are just so much fun. So let's try a little bit there. I don't want to sort of overdo it. It's my tendency to get very into stamping and stenciling and stuff can cause problems. Problems, you know, that kind of thing. So I'll do another one like that because I really like how that turned out. So this was with the Toffee Crunch and the gold. So oh, I did the stenciling as well, didn't I? I've forgotten already. It's funny, even when you do things as like a mass make, you know, you're just doing the same action over and over again, but you can still forget things. If you're anything like me, anyway. So that's that. That's a nice colour. It's a very sort of like just a really nice brown, that. Toffee Crunch. And the gold. Oh, I'm so pleased that I was able to get these things. As I said, I've had a lot of these things on my wish list for a long time, and eventually I decided I was going to, yeah, as I say, spend some of the money that's kindly been gifted to me over the few years that I've been doing videos for. And yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, this is useful to some of you who, you know, might be wondering about other things you can make and things that you can do with your stamps if you've got them, and different things. Don't overdo it, Justine. That'll do. Okay, lovely. I didn't do the stenciling, did I? I don't know what's wrong with me today. I keep getting my words confused over stamping, stenciling, all the rest of it. So if I'm not making any sense, then it wouldn't be the first time. Right, so I'll do a swirly on this one just to change it up a bit. She says she can get it off of this thingy. So I did this, like, attached them all to the ring so I could do that, but I don't know if it's helping me or hindering me sometimes. But, let's just do a bit of swirly. So again, using the vintage photo just to do it subtly in the background. Yeah. So these are going to be really fun backgrounds. I have no idea what I'm doing with any of these things yet. As I said, I just wanted to focus on this part of the Mass Make Monday, because this is the type of activity that, you know, I like to do on these mass makes, is to, you know, do the tasks that you think about doing, but you never really do them because you're always sort of busy doing other things, and quite frankly, I would argue more interesting things, especially if you make videos like I do. So I think for this one I'll go botanical. So I'm thinking I'd like to get some green and brown in. So again, I've gone with the maple leaf just because I quite like that one. And I'm thinking I've got bamboo leaves. I'm thinking I'm going to use this one. So this is just a piece of leftover craft card. So I'm not getting very much ink on that. Let's try that again. There we go. Oh, I don't know why I can't get that middle bit. As I said, it's only a background. Okay. It's not really coming out amazing yet, but I'm hoping it will change up with the other stuff we're going to add. So that was the leaf. Now I'm going to do saddle brown with that scripty text again. As I said, you know, if you were just focused on one theme at the moment, so, you know, autumn or something, you could just do a whole bunch of these and just keep using the same colours over and over again. Because I don't get a huge amount of time to do activities like this, I'm kind of thinking I'd much rather, you know, get all of the themes that I could possibly want to have stuff like this for, and yeah, I think that will be the biggest help to me. So that was that one. So yeah, as I said, I don't know how long I'm going to film for, because this is probably not the most interesting thing to watch, but I'll go for a bit longer. I'll do the, I'll try to sort of mix up what I'm doing best I can anyway, whilst I've got holiday brain. That's what I think's happening to me today. Holiday brain. Okay, and I'm just going to come in with this number stencil. Don't think you can really see it that much, especially with the dark green on there, but Hopefully it's just adding a little bit of interest. So, you know, that can be the base of a journal card. So it just wants, you know, decorating. But, yeah. Right, I've got some belly band things. So what should I use next? I have to admit, I'm kind of liking the autumnal look. I think where you're able to mix those different colours together. It's kind of fun. So this one is Peanut Brittle. And I'm kind of addicted to these leaves. So, you know, if it is a bit boring, sorry. I'm just kind of a bit addicted to these colours, I think. These colours and the leaves and all the rest of it. That's a nice colour for autumn. It's a sort of an orangey colour, orangey brown, but it's subtle enough that it's not in your face autumn, you know, like bright red or something. So I'm quite liking this one. Okay, so that's that, and then I want to do some stenciling, don't I? So what would it look like if I used the Toffee Crunch for stenciling? I'm just gonna get some of that ink off. Let's try that. I'll just do it lightly. It's nice. I'm liking that brown. It's a nice brown. Okay, what else could we do? Let's go with some gold and let's go with the script. I should really try and, you know, get a good mix of different things, but you know, I'm having too much fun. Oh, that's nice. Isn't that nice? Ooh. Yeah, I'm having way too much fun. So I hope you're getting something out of today. I don't know. Is it useful? Please tell me if you got something out of today. Even if it was just, you know what, Justine? I've been meaning to do an activity like this and I just didn't have the company to do it. It's a bit boring task, you know, but I've been wanting to do this and you accompany whilst I crafted along with you. So that was the damask, and whilst this has still got gold in it, I might as well, keep using this. Let's be honest, the gold is the reason that I treated myself to all these inks, let's be honest. I wanted all these different colours and things, but for me it was the gold that was calling to me. And it's funny actually, I've said before that when I was younger, gold never really did it for me. I was much more of a silver kind of person. I'm not sure what that was. Let me just go check what my husband is doing. I think he was just trying to get the suitcases out of the loft, but something fell down around him. Right, and yeah, he said he doesn't need my help, so I've come back in here. Right, so where was I? What am I doing with this? Would it be too much to have the gold and the cosmic copper? Let's find out. That will be red, won't it? So what will be sparkly red, shiny red. Ooh. Nice with the maple leaf stamp, definitely. Come on, Justine, stick it down. There we go. So I think I'll do some envelopes next. Again, this is really just an ideas video for the different things you could do this technique with. And then of course these will pop up when I come to actually, oops-a-daisy, do these projects. Where was that? Yeah, these will crop up again. Gosh, I can't get my words out today. When I'm ready to actually do these projects. But this is sort of the first step to, you know, getting us there. I'm loving them. I'm not going to want to cover them up, am I? Because I said to myself, oh, these will just be, you know, interesting backgrounds, but backgrounds. I'm not going to want to cover them up. So, you know, if I think about these as like belly bands, I like them. You know, I'm not going to really want to put, you know, I thought to myself, oh, I'll make backgrounds and then do some kind of like, what's it called? What is it called? Like put paper on it, do a bit of collage on it or something. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to want to now. Right, let's, what else have we got here? Because I feel like I've just been using the same 2 stamps the whole time, which is fine because if you don't have a lot of things, then it goes to show you really don't need all of these things because, well, yeah, I've only used the same thing over and over again, so. And yet everything looks really different, you know, because of the different inks, I suppose. So there is that. It's a leaf again, I know, but it's a different leaf at least. So this is an envelope bottom, and I'm liking the saddle brown on top of the craft colour, so let's do this. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's a really nice brown. I think if I were to go back and, you know, treat myself to these things, I think I would just buy that saddle brown and have that for all of my brown stamping. I think this is my kind of colour. It's funny because, you know, when you look at that sort of colour, you know, it does look like horse saddle, sure, but coming out on the craft is actually a deeper brown than what the box shows you. Right, I still want to do scripty type, but at least let's try and get something else. Ooh, I've forgotten about these as well. Doesn't really go with what I'm doing. A lot of these things I've never used, to be honest. So that was the saddle brown. So what colour should I do it with? I might try this Cosmic Shimmer, the copper, I mean, and just see if, oh yeah, that's nice. That's nice on the craft. I'm just kind of trying to be a bit random about it, but I don't know if I can really do random. And then, seeing as we're playing today, let's grab this one and do a little bit of gold as well. Why not? Why not, she says. Oh, that's nice. It's the shimmering. I don't know if it's picking it up on the camera, but honestly, it's so, just in the right light. It's subtly done. I like that a lot. And then Justine comes along and says, subtle. Well, I'm just going to put it everywhere. Oh, but I'm, you know, I'm not sticking it back in the ink. I'm just doing it all over, but, you know. Oh, nice. You know, I said to myself, oh, I'll do lots of different themes. You know, I had in my head, you know, what projects have I got coming up? I feel like I've just gravitated towards the autumn colours, haven't I, really? Right, I think I'm just going to change this book page, because I'm thinking this is, oh dear. I was going to say they were looking nice to do something with. So, as I said, 2 birds with 1 stone. where I'm also getting some kind of like collage-y type paper out of it as well, or, you know, I don't know, something like these could become, you know, pockets or whatever, I'm not sure. But yeah, 2 birds with 1 stone. Right, packaging. Let's do packaging. So I suppose I should probably make this the last thing that I do, because, you know, you don't really want to be watching this 1,000 times over, do you? Probably not. But I just know that I've got a lot of stuff that I pulled out, and, well, to be quite frank, I'm worried that if I don't film it, am I really going to sit here for the next few hours doing this? I don't know. I don't really want to put everything back, I know that much. I might just go until lunchtime and then do something else in the afternoon, you know. So my thoughts for this was, this is a nice brown colour, so I probably wouldn't cover that anyway. This is just, you know, something that a scrap would be added to. So I thought if I do something interesting in the background, then at least, what was I saying? Well, yeah, I don't have to do this when I come to make this thing, you know, it's already done. Oh dear, I've mixed the gold and copper together, whoopsie. It's not a problem. I think that's enough of that, and then I'm thinking, I'm just loving the leaves, isn't it? Oops. Just come in with a bit of gold leaf. I actually found my gold leaf sheets. A long time ago I used to do glass gilding with gold leaf, and I found that recently, and I thought, oh, how can I use this in junk journals now? Obviously there is, you know, plenty of ways I could use it, but I should probably think about that with autumn coming up, shouldn't I? Right, so I think that's probably good enough for a video. It's really just to give you an idea of what today's mass make was all about. You know, so I'm not really going to be doing anything differently. As you've seen, I've kind of been using the same stamps over and over. Just really like the leaves and things. I've got the pinecone one. And as I said, it was just different mediums. And you know, and then of course you've got the book pages at the end as well. So yeah, I think I'm just going to sit here for a bit longer and just carry on. So I hope that was okay as a video. I hope that it's enough that it's just giving you some ideas of something else that you might want to do. As I said, if I get a bunch more things done, I'll probably just put a load in the thumbnail, and then it's you know, it's up to you as to, you know, if it gives you some ideas. So basically, if the idea wasn't already pretty obvious, it was to just get out a load of bases and just play with your stamps and stencils, and see what interesting backgrounds you can come up with. And as I said, these will crop up again when I'm ready to work on these projects. So thank you for joining me. I will speak to you very soon.